Marcio Jose Sanchez, Associated Press. For a lot of fans, the 2018 NFL Draft is the next football activity they can get excited about. For those fans and for draft nerds alike, you will find my latest NFL mock draft below. Note: the draft order was created using Tankathon. Comment my own playoff projections. Mock Draft 1. Cleveland Browns. Sam Darnold, QB, USC. 2. New York Giants. Josh Rosen, QB, UCLA. 3. Indianapolis Colts. Saquon Barkley, RB, Penn State. 4. Cleveland Browns. From Houston, Minkah Fitzpatrick, S. Alabama. 5. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Bradley Chubb, NC State. 6. Denver Broncos. Connor Williams, OT, Texas. 7. New York Jets. Baker Mayfield, QB, Oklahoma. 8. San Francisco 49ers. Quentin Nelson, G, Notre Dame. 9. Chicago Bears. Calvin Ridley, WR, Alabama. 10. Cincinnati Bengals. Mike McGlinchey, OT, Notre Dame. 11. Oakland Raiders. Roquan Smith, Pound, Georgia. 12. Miami Dolphins. Joshua Jackson, CB, Iowa. 13. Arizona Cardinals. Josh Allen, QB, Wyoming. 14. Washington. Derwin James, S, Florida State. 15. Green Bay Packers. Harold Landry, WOLB, Boston College. 16. Tennessee Titans. Clelin Ferrell, Clemson. 17. Buffalo Bills. Christian Wilkins, DT, Clemson. 18. Detroit Lions. Sam Hubbard, WOLB, Ohio State. 19. Dallas Cowboys. Daron Payne, DT, Alabama. 20. Seattle Seahawks. Arden Key, WOLB, LSU. 21. Los Angeles Chargers. Orlando Brown, OT, Oklahoma. 22. Baltimore Ravens. Cortland Sutton, WR, SMU. 23. Atlanta Falcons. Denzel Ward, CB, Ohio State. 24. Carolina Panthers. Austin Bryant, Clemson. 25. Buffalo Bills. From Kansas City. Rashaan Evans, Pound, Alabama. 26. Jacksonville Jaguars. Lamar Jackson, QB, Louisville. 27. Los Angeles Rams. Isaiah Oliver, CB, Colorado. 28. Philadelphia Eagles. Malik Jefferson, Pound, Texas. 29. Pittsburgh Steelers. Ronnie Harrison, S, Alabama. 30. Minnesota Vikings. Vita Vea, DT, Washington. 31. New Orleans Saints. Mason Rudolph, QB, Oklahoma State. 32. New England Patriots. Darius Juice, RB, LSU. Analysis: Mark J. Terrell, Associated Press. It sure seems like Josh Rosen has no desire to play for the Cleveland Browns. Adam Schefter of ESPN recently reported that Rosen would prefer to play for the New York Giants over the Browns and would be hesitant to declare for next year's NFL Draft if he knew that Cleveland was going to take him with the No. 1 overall pick, according to league sources familiar with the situation. Quote, Schefter added, privately, Rosen has expressed concern about winding up in Cleveland and would rather be with a more stable franchise, such as the Giants. Rosen hasn't exactly put those rumors to rest, either. The Browns are under no requirement to pass on Rosen. Of course, if they believe he's the best quarterback, they should take him. On the other hand, if Rosen makes it clear he has no desire to play for the franchise, he may just stay in school for another year, or he could make it known that he wouldn't sign with the Browns, either forcing them to pass on him Draft him before trading, or draft him and undergo the sort of holdout and controversy that an organization that has won one game in 2 years doesn't need. Rumors also swirled that Sam Darnold may also skip the draft if Cleveland landed one of the top 2 picks. Darnold refuted any such claims. "I didn't say anything about the Browns," said in late November, per ESPN. "I've never said anything bad about an NFL team. They know I would never say anything." Quote, "Darnold may not declare for the draft, but if he does, he seems less likely to refuse to play for the Browns. Quarterbacks could dominate the first round, with 6 players coming off the board in the first 32 picks in the mock above. Baker Mayfield has played like a top 10 pick during his time at Oklahoma, and his fiery personality would play well in New York. The Jets need a long-term solution at the position, and with some promising young receivers in Robbie Anderson and Quincy Enunwa. If he's resigned, and the cap space to add more playmakers in free agency, Mayfield could hit the ground running in New York. Arizona is a logical landing spot for Allen. Meanwhile, where he could potentially be groomed for a season under veteran Carson Palmer. Somebody's going to take a chance on Louisville's Lamar Jackson, and the possibility of Jackson and Leonard Fournette on the same offense is fun to imagine. The Saints need to groom a quarterback of the future behind Drew Brees, and Mason Rudolph makes sense as a late first-round gamble. There are other quarterback-needy teams that didn't select one in the mock above. The Denver Broncos come to mind. Paxton Lynch couldn't beat out Trevor Seaman for the job coming into this season, and the Buffalo Bills seem intent on ditching Tyrod Taylor for whatever reason. Keep in mind, however, that players such as Kirk Cousins are likely to be free agents this offseason. So teams like the Broncos and Bills could chase quarterbacks in free agency rather than the first round of the draft. As for non-quarterbacks, don't be surprised if Saquon Barkley comes off the board first. He's arguably the most well-rounded and dynamic running back in the draft since Adrian Peterson, offering the sort of upside as both a running back and wide receiver that Todd Gurley and David Johnson have offered in recent years. His combination of size, speed, elusiveness, balance and hands are incredible. It's hard to find a weakness in Barkley, and he's the sort of talent that would take a ton of pressure off of Andrew Luck once he returns from injury.